Hi, I'm Rich. What I'll show you today is a side-by-side comparison of a couple of our day packs. On your left, we see the Little Llama 20 liters, and on the right is Back Favor 28 liters, obviously. So, looking at it from the front, you can see there's the difference between the capacity of the two. We'll start with the Little Llama, and it has stretch side and front pockets. So does the Back Favor 28. Now, getting into the pack itself, the Little Llama has a zipper in the front. And by the way, I have packed these with towels and blankets and so forth, so they don't come all fully packed. But anyway, so there's a couple of liters in the front here on the Little Llama. And to get into the main body, here we are, and you can see this is where the bulk of the capacity is. So I want you to also take a look at these zippers. There's a good image of it on our website, so you can get close-ups of these, and you can also get close-ups to see the fabric, the stitching, and so forth. Notice it's got a couple of little bungees here. It's up to you what you attach to those. Some people will actually use these to attach crampons, or maybe a pair of water shoes, their rain gear, something like that. Also down below you see rings and additional attachments. These can be configured along with the bungees for your trekking poles, tripods, other items. All right? So that's the back of the Little Llama. Let's compare that with the Back Favor. You'll notice once again we have the bungees, we have the stretch panels on the back and the sides, we have the loops and rings at the bottom. It's just bigger. Now, getting into it though, you'll notice there's a top flap on the Back Favor, which is quite nice in bad weather, and you can actually get into the top flap up above, and that has a little bit bigger capacity than this zippered pocket on the Little Llama. Again, full of towels and sheets and so forth. All right. Now we open up the top flap, and there is a roll top for the inner capacity. This is really nice, particularly in poor weather, to have this. Also, there is a slot here inside for a hydro bag if you choose to do that. Now, personally, I like to use water bottles up front as opposed to a hydro pack, because remember, the Aarn system is all about balance, and the more weight you get up front, the more you take off of your back, shoulders, and neck. Okay? Now let's take a look at the front of each of these bags. I'll flip this around. Okay, these are very similar to each other in that the shoulder harness, the shoulder straps, both have affixed these, you might call them balance pockets, okay? They zip up very nicely. Here are your sternum straps and the lower strap for affixing it to your chest. And then on the Little Llama we have this hip belt, okay? The difference is that on the Back Favor, the hip belt is a little more cushioned, and it contains additional zipper pockets that we don't find on the Little Llama. Now, I mentioned carrying the water bottles up front. I put into the Back Favor, this is about 3/4 of a liter. It won't take a full liter bottle. Now, something I want to point out on all of the Aarn packs. Again, take a look at the pictures and zoom in on the website, and what you see is this nice mesh that sits between your back and the pack itself. The packs each have... So as I was saying before I was interrupted by the battery pack, all Aarn packs have this wonderful cushioned mesh that sits between the back and the pack itself. And in here are also aluminum stays to keep the back in the pack in shape. And of course, because of the mesh and the inch or two between that and the pack, you've got great airflow as well. Now, I mentioned having the water bottles up front, and by the way, either the Little Llama or the Back Favor will each take this 3/4 liter bottle. Now, if you want even more capacity up front and be able to put more weight up front, particularly if you're perhaps going to go overnight, instead of just the Daypack alone, this is something called the Universal Balance Bag, and it has 12 liters, 6 in each of the bags, and another liter in the front mesh pockets, which have bungee and zippers as well. You'll see that I put a 1 liter bottle in this mesh pocket, and I like to put a 2 liter bottle over here so that I'm obviously balanced. One of the nice things about the Universal Balance Bag is that with either of these packs, or for any pack of any brand that has both a sternum strap and a hip belt, this will affix to that using these clips, and you'll notice there are rings on these bags, clips up front, and there's this tab on the bottom with a Velcro strap that then slides behind the hip belt. Okay, so the Universal Balance Bag. And by the way, this can also be used independently. It doesn't have to be affixed to a pack. You could use it as a day bag. Maybe you want to carry your kids' stuff in here, or you can put it on your back. And of course, if you want, and you're going into the office, you could use it as a briefcase if you want to. So there you go. All right. Now, the Little Llama 20, the Back Favor 28, these are new day packs for us. We invite you to get a hold of us with any questions. Again, I'm Rich. My contact information, my phone number is on the website. Happy to answer any questions you may have. Thanks for joining us.